See what adventures await us here. So this is Chessboard Land.
Alexander is standing at the edge of a strange land with rolling checkered hills. Two chessboard knights stand before the marble entrance, guarding a path which wanders like a ribbon into the velvety hills. A noble white chess knight stands at the top of the marble stairs. A red chess knight stands at the top of the marble steps. The entrance to Chessboard Land consists of a stepped marble bridge with astonished-looking pillars.
Astonished, eh? Let's go in.
Checkmate! Only chess pieces allowed in Chessboard Land? That's right. Humans aren't allowed in and never will be. Stay out!
Well, that's a disappointment.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send a lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
God, give it a rest.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Quiet, Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence.
Standing right here. All that just so I could get your stupid ribbon.
The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
That they are.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
Anyway, we had to sit through all that just so we could get this red ribbon over here.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
Oh, red scarf, rather. Let's take a look at it. It's easy to get mixed up with Casima's ribbon.
The scarf is made of red silk.
Okay, great. I'm glad that we could be informed of that.
You're ugly and you smell bad. Yeah, put me down before I juice all over you.
Okay, that's... I just wanted to see if he had anything else in his arsenal or if that was it. Well, that hole in the wall. God. I think we are done here for now. I'm gonna have to, well, there's another screen on the island that I want to check out, but I don't really think we're able to do anything over there just yet. Could be wrong. So let's check this place out.
Piles of stacked books, looking ready to topple at any moment, have been arranged haphazardly on the sandy ground.
How is this even possible? This defies the laws of physics.
The tail end of this island is a riotous scramble of books, sand, and a spider's web.
Great. Can I get the bee? Dang it.
The tail end of little bees buzz around the books as though the pages were laden with the sweetest pollen. Maybe they're spelling bees.
Oh my god, I never got that till just now.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous. Oh, what a luscious-looking hunk of flesh you are.
Thank you, I guess. Who are you?
How charming of you to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale of all femme fatales. Know what I mean? You know, I was just thinking it was time I found my 50th, another husband. It would be quite a horror, an honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my beautiful weaving. It's so light, so delicate. You'll never want to leave my little nest.
It is a lovely web, but my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Oh, drat! The loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages.
It's so ridiculous.
That scrap of paper blew into my web from those books over there. The wind just thinks it can deposit anything here.
Yeah, we can't get it yet. I forget how exactly we're supposed to get it, though. If you try to just take it, she'll bite you. So, there you go.
Hey, hands off the goods there, son.
Oh, sorry.
I want to talk to you, though. Come here.
Hello? Is anyone there in the books?
No, there's no one here.
Great. How do I get him to talk to me? You want a book?
There's no reason to use that on a pile of books.
Damn it. Okay, we're gonna have to come back here. I forget what to do again. Go. Go. Oh my god. And we'll be back for this crap.
Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
Ye gats! So, let's check it out. It looks really cold.
Alexander is carrying a full head of a queer-looking lettuce made of ice. The lettuce is rapidly melting.
Yep, and if you have it in your inventory for too long, it will actually melt into a puddle of water. Not even kidding. There's like a little timer on it, and I think it counts down from this point onward. I'm not sure exactly how much time we have, but it's more than enough for our purposes.
Alexander
So let's go to the Isle of the Beast.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
This place looks really normal compared to the Isle of Wonder.
Alexander is standing at the edge of the sea on a heavily forested island. As far as the eyes can see, tall trees spread out their branches as though straining to link arms, their tops forming a canopy above. A path leads north through the forest. A little fawn is feeding on a grassy hillock near the sea.
Let's talk to it.
The fawn is too busy eating to pay attention to Alexander.
Let's talk to this.
There is no reply. Alexander is greeted with silence.
I think the talking ones are the funniest ones you can do. Wait. Get that rabbit.
The denseness of the forest.
Get the rabbit.
Alexander would look pretty silly diving for that rabbit. There's no way he could catch it with his hands.
Dang it. Talk to him.
There is no reply. Alexander isn't quite lonely enough to talk to a rabbit.
I don't know what the point of that is. Alright. So, it looks like this is really hot.
A pond lies across the path. The water boils as if over some magical flame.
So, yeah. Let's throw a Rotten Tomato in there.
What are you, nuts? Don't put me in that soup bowl of a pond, you crazy human!
Maybe not Rotten Tomato. Maybe the iceberg lettuce would be better.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable.
I did it. Let's cross.
Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater.
Now what's this thing? I want it.
An old abandoned hunter's lamp is hanging on one of the trees. Alexander wonders who might have hunted in these dense woods.
I don't know, but let's take it.
Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree.
It's an old lamp. Wonder what we do with it.
Alexander is carrying an old, battered hunter's lamp. The lamp is empty.
Let's see what happens when we rub it.
Alexander rubs the lamp, but nothing happens.
It's too bad. It looks exactly like the lamp from Aladdin, too. Alright, you guys ready to see what lies beyond? Let's do it.
As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
I noticed that glimmer in your eyes. Seems to me like you're untrustworthy.
A pleasant-looking middle-aged man is busy tending a small garden just past the wall.
I'm Alexander of Daventry. Who are you?
What difference does it make? Just come on over here. I'll tell you my life history if you still want to hear it.
You don't seem... This mischievous music is telling a different story. Just there to scare me, huh? I want this thing. But let's look at it first.
A brick lies in the grass. It must have come from the old brick wall.
Must have. Even though it's a different color.
Alexander picks up the brick.
Come on through, I say. I can show you a path through the forest.
I think I've heard this story before, actually.
Small speckles of sand stand out against the otherwise gray brick.
Well, I think I got what I need, actually. I'll come back later.
You aren't gonna listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
That is odd. Where has that happened before, I wonder? Anyway. So we're done with the Isle of the Beast for now, I think, and I really hope I'm not doing things out of order. Let's see. I think we need to go to... God.
Alexander.
I think we need to go back to the Isle of the Crown.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
There we go. We gotta make a trade at the pawn shop at the very least, but I think there may be something else for us to do here? I can't remember. Alright, go Alexander, go. We don't have all day. Can't lollygag around. What is this?
Alexander doesn't remember that sign being on the wall before. He decides to take a closer look. It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice, announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul al-Hazred and Princess Kasima. For reasons of security, the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles." Alexander feels his stomach turn at the thought of the dread event. If he doesn't do something soon, Kasima will be another man's wife.
Oh, horrors! Well, maybe we can take it down.
Alexander feels his pockets carefully to make sure he hasn't lost anything.
Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do.
Alexander sees nothing particularly interesting there.
Okay, let's try this again.
Alexander takes another look at the wedding proclamation. It's a proclamation.
I was hoping that maybe you could take it down and be rebellious, but I guess not. Let's go in here. Jollo!
Jollo, how fare you? And what news have you from the castle?
Prince Alex, how I fare is close to boiling. Have you seen the wedding proclamations around the village? I've heard rumors of the wedding, of course, but I didn't want to believe it, and I never thought it would be so soon.
Kasima. Married. Oh, it is an unpleasant thing to swallow, friend. If only I knew Kasima wished it. Tell me about the Wazir, Jollo.
The Wazir? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliph had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Kasima ever since she was a young girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything. And Kasima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Kasima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. I must return to the castle, Prince Alex, and you to your wanderings. May we both fare well.
Wait! No! Man, you're always just darting out of here, aren't you? Come back here. No. No. I want to talk to you. Alright, forget it. I seem to remember you having to show Jollo the letter that you got from Kasima.
Alexander is carrying a message from his beloved Kasima.
Yeah, but I guess not. Damn it.
Your candy dish is empty.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Well, get some more then.
I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Maybe you shouldn't have started all those unfriendly interactions between all the islands. Here, you can have this stupid mockingbird, or nightingale. I keep calling it a mockingbird.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please, choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
I will, of course, choose the flute.
I'll take the flute.
The flute? Very good, Prince Alex. May its music always be sweet. Feel free to trade it back at any time.
Thank you.
Man, I wish all pawn shop owners were like this guy. He's got something to say about all of his items. All of his wares, if you will. Alright guys, I forgot to do something while I was in the bookshop, but I'm doing it now.
An antique leather-bound book is displayed on a little stand on the counter. On the elaborate cover is the title, Ye Useful Book of Magic Spells.
Now that sounds useful. Let's, talk to it.
Alexander cannot commune with the spell book while it's on the counter.
Okay. Try to take it.
The shopkeeper doesn't look like he would enjoy a good arm wrestle or any other sort of physical exertion. He's rather bookish.
Alright, I get your stereotypes, but I just want to touch the book.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
Alright, so that's what we need in order to initiate the talk with the Bookworm, which I was trying to get to work earlier, but obviously nothing happened, so let's try it again. Alright, we're back, and we're gonna talk to him this time, I promise.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
No owner? All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, Bookworm to you, wouldn't part with one of his books for anything.
Isn't there something I can do for you to pay for the book?
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Grammar jokes.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle-whacker?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
An idiosyncrasy, perhaps?
Afraid not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
Okay, so we'll come back to it later, but I'm pretty sure we have to get this stupid piece of paper here.
Oh, so there you are, handsome. What can I do for you now?
Pretty much nothing except for kill me. You're not really useful for anything else. Okay. I think we pull this thread right here.
Hey, don't touch that thread!
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it.
Love. Oh.
The wind blows the scrap of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough.
Okay, that seems very insignificant, but you can't complete the game without doing that. I know. I know. Alright, we'll be back here shortly, actually. Just gotta... Come on. We've gotta get that rare book, though. Come on. Alexander? I'm about to get really mad at you. Oh my god. So I'm playing in windowed mode right now, and it's I'm recording in a window, like the recording box is all along the side, and so it's hard to move off screen without clicking on that recording window.
Alexander pulls...
That's the problem that I'm running into. Anyway, let's go to the Isle of the Beast.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Let's talk to this thing. Well, let's look at it first.
There's an odd little creature dangling from that tree branch.
Okay, that was very uninteresting.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange, my speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But who are you? And why are you here?
Away I fly my home from. Lost I am, therefore. As my name, too, can you guess not? It's what I do this branch with, and the way I speak of.
Okay, so... it's a dangling participle. And, yeah. We've got to give him the phrase.
Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you I do. Go I with you?
Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger.
Yes, indeed. God, this narrator is so much better than the one in King's Quest V.
One end of the creature resembles a miniature dragon, while the other looks like a possum. What a strange-looking fellow.
Ew.
Tickle me not! Tickle me not!
That's funny. I wonder what happens when you try to touch Rotten Tomato.
Hands off, you!
Man, everybody in my inventory is very hostile. I can only imagine the conversations that take place between Rotten Tomato and Dangling Participle.
Take me home to.
Okay, sure. Yes, let's get out of here.
Alexander
and we'll take him back to the Bookworm.
Alexander feels
in exchange for the rare book, which we will then exchange for the spell book, which we need to progress.